But we're here today to talk about the Ptech program, which is a partnership between HFM and Fulton Montgomery Community College, and the success of the students this semester. And it really has been a great semester for our students. I want to talk just a little bit about how we got started. We started about 4 years ago with a planning stage, and this is what was, I think, unique about the Ptech program. It gave the college and the BOCES an opportunity to sit down and plan a whole new delivery system of education. And you know, I can't say enough about our staff and faculty at the college and how they have embraced the Ptech program in a way to try and make it successful. To make the Ptech, and there are several Ptechs across the state, but we think that this is the most successful one.
Deemed above average or superior. We had 0 withdrawals at this point. We have also earned 141 A's, 158 B's, and 94 C's overall. And I know it's important to focus on the grades and the numbers, but I also want to talk about the cultivation of resiliency. Because college is more, as you know, than just getting an A, a B, or a C. It's when you do get a low grade, or when you fail on a project, or you're not able to achieve. These students are learning to get back up, dust themselves off, and go back at it. And without a college culture that cultivates that mindset, these students ultimately will fail. So we would like to publicly thank Dr. Swanger, FMCC, the advisors, and specifically the professors and teachers at Ptech. Without them, out their hard work of cultivating these students, this would just be an exercise in getting A's, B's, and C's. So at this time, I would like to open the floor up for our press members to ask our students here some questions.
So what has your experience been like on campus? Has it been tough? I mean, a lot of freshmen that come in right as seniors in high school have a difficult time transitioning. So I mean, has there been a curve, or has Ptech kind of prepared you very well for that transition?
Well, Ptech throughout like the past 2 years before we came to FM, they've prepared us for like interacting with other kids that might be older or younger than us, or even the same age. So that whole interaction system has been quite easy because we learned that in the first 2 years that we started Ptech. But some of us, there were some of us that we could just come here and it would be like nice, because I love it up here. I have fun like feeling like I can actually do what I want to do in life. So it was kind of a nice transition, because between having Ptech get us ready and our own personal experiences, it was nice.
I think the most challenging part and the most beneficial part that Ptech gave to us, they gave us in the past 2 years, and they taught us how to work in crunch time and how to work under pressure. And that was something that a lot of kids in Ptech, when they came here, they weren't really like, okay, you know, it's an assignment. But before they knew it, they had 10 assignments built up, and it took some quick adjustment to really get used to that groove and to stay on top of your game. That was something Ptech did a great job teaching us of.
How big has the business partners been for you guys? Like, how often do you interact with them, and how has that relationship helped you get ready for this?
We interact with them every now and then. We all had internships not that long ago.
Yeah. Tonight is my last night of my internship, actually, because I worked with the chamber and for their annual celebration that's going on tonight. So mine's ending tonight, and they've been an amazing group to be an intern of.
And last year, I think it was Mr. Lamash that set it up, Mentor Place.
Mentor Place.
Yeah. We had a Mentor Place, and there was a whole bunch of business partners that would, for each student, they would basically communicate through like assignments and stuff, and like how you can get better at this kind of skill, or like how can you, like say like I procrastinate a lot, so my mentor was helping me just try to stop procrastinating, which I have completely basically stopped.
How do you guys see this as helping your future careers more than, say, a regular high school experience would?
Well, I see this helping my future career because I'm going to be finishing college and high school before my peers at high school are going to be kind of getting out of high school. We're going to get out at the same time pretty much. And I'm going to be going into my 4-year while they're going into their 2-year. So I'm going to have that much of a head of the game than they are.
Plus, it's kind of the way, it's kind of like a step into the game of like business and how like actual work collaborates.
Like how things are gonna run when you get to the job. You know, you get used to that crunch time and the working conditions and what you're expected to do. Whereas, like in college, you're not really allowed to slack. And kind of on your job, you're not really allowed to slack. So you get used to that.
Do you have particular business partners that give you a challenge, or some of you, depending upon what your major is, and then you complete that challenge within a certain period of time and you present back to them? Is there anything like that that happens?
Since we started, right? Every project.
Yeah, pretty much every project
So
is a business
comes in
partner.
and evaluates, your partners
Yeah,
are there.
yeah.
They-
Who's the people we're doing the board game for?
I don't know, I have to check the entry down.
Yeah.
I think it's like, it's kind of a Wizards type board game company that we're doing, that our individual groups
Okay.
are making board games to see if they would like to actually publish them and make them like real.
That's great.
Yeah, like what was it, Myers ice cream, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Myers ice cream. They had us make a QR code for them, and we had to develop new instructions to how to reassemble the machine, take it apart, and put it back together. And we also had to create a website for them, and then we present what the each group made a website and instructions and a business card for them, and we did a lot of stuff like that. That's like that's what we've done for the past 2 years.
Okay, yeah, project by project.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
How valuable has this project kind of based learning been over just your traditional getting lectured? You guys went from like middle school, obviously you guys remember back in middle school where you would sit in class, and I know from talking to Pat Michelle and stuff before, a lot of you guys were struggling at the high school level at first. You weren't, maybe some of you may not have been doing that well. So like, how has this transitioned you and helped you just learn better by these type of projects rather than just text?
Well, me personally, the best part I like about project-based learning is that I learn without realizing I'm learning. I remember when I first got into Ptech, to be honest, I wanted to leave at first. I'm like, I'm not learning anything. And then after about 2 months when we took our test, I'm like, man, I learned all of this? When did I learn this?
Yeah.
Like, I remember like there was a project, we had to make a tour guide in Europe, and we had to study the Islamic faith. And so we had to write we had to do some research for it. I was just doing my own research, whatever. And then everyone was like asking me questions on the Islamic faith, and like I knew everything, and I didn't realize how much I've learned just because of doing what I needed to do for that project.
And it makes it a lot easier because, like, me personally, I do a lot better with hands-on. It's easier for me to learn when I'm actually like doing it myself instead of being told how it's done and everything. So it's a lot easier with all the hands-on learning.
So not all of your college classes are project-based learning, so how has that transition gone for you?
I'd say our college classes for us business kids were easier than our high school ones, for
Well,
me at least.
It's kind of, since we're doing high school classes and college classes at the same time, the college classes still do what they usually would do during all the classes with all the college students. But once we transition to our high school classes again, we go back to project-based learning so that we still have that concept.
Yeah, at first that transition was very difficult, but once we got used to the flow, we started making the college classes more project-based for us. We would learn about the content in a project-based way. Like me and Hunter and some of the other health kids would go to the library, and we would take Sherlock Holmes, as they call them, and Boney Bob, and then we would study all the bones together, and we'd point them out, and we'd quiz each other, and we'd do it as if it was a project without an end product.
What are each of your career goals? Just if you could say what you want to be.
I want to eventually become a surgeon.
Really?
I want to own my own business, either in the food industry or in the marketing.
I'm definitely keeping an open mind in the health field, but Hunter's presentation the other day inspired me to be a pediatric surgeon.
I want to either own my own business in event planning or in making my own medals.
I want to join the military, and then when I come out of the military, be an accountant.
Very nice.
So what would you guys say to someone who's maybe on the fence about joining this program?
Do it.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I think a lot of, because my little sister, she's applying right now to get into Ptech, and a lot of her friends, she told me that they are not like sure if they want to go because they're scared of not doing good. But I always try to tell them that there's, even if you don't do as good as you want, you're still gonna do great, because you always have to like remind yourself to get back up and just keep on going even if you fail. So I always try to tell them just go out there and try something new.
Do you have plans after you graduate where you want to go next?
Yeah, well,
You can go.
me and Hunter are looking at some of the best medical schools out there, and we're gonna see what we can get into. That's our
Like
next
what
step.
schools, Ryan?
Like Stanford, Yale, Syracuse. So there's a lot of schools. Browns University. We were recommended by Professor Flor Teresa Palacios to go to Browns University, and she says she knows some people. So we're keeping an open mind, but we're definitely getting ready for our SATs and stuff like that. So that's our next step.
I don't really have a plan on where I want to go next. I'm actually, I signed up on NCSA, which is like a college recruiter for athletics. And I had someone call me the other day, I forget where they were from, but I'm just keeping an open mind to all colleges.
Yes.
I was thinking I'm gonna wait like a year until I go back to college, but I was planning to go back and try for Scranton. So
My plan is to move to Colorado and get a job, get steady, and then go back for my 4-year degree and hopefully move up in the ranks in my job.
Okay.
I got a question.
Sure.
Why are you guys here today? And what made you guys drive here?
To meet you.
Good response.
I'm currently serving as vice chair of the Board of Trustees here at the college, but my background is education K through 12, and I spent it at Fontainebleau, and while I was there, we did a great deal of school to work preparation K through 12, and I've always been committed to and fascinated by this type of program, because as we all know, we all learn better when we're hands-on. So I'm here because I'm fascinated. I'll probably come visit soon. It's been something I haven't done yet, but certainly based on your testimony, I'll be there to see you guys in action.
I work here.
Standard.
I'm the chairman of the Board of Trustees. I'm just watching both of those two.
There you go.
Well, we're proud of what you folks have done.
Sure.
Congratulations
Yes,
on your
absolutely.
achievements, and I know that you're
Good
gonna go
luck.
far.
Yes, you will.
Now get out.
Get out.